Today, we're going to build a first order Stormtrooper transport using 23 Lego pieces.
These are all the pieces you are going to need. In the description of this video, I left the piece names, count, and design IDs.
I'm going to start with this 2x4 plate. And on the front two studs of this plate, I'm going to get a 3x2 inverted slope piece. I'm going to put that inverted slope piece on the front two studs so it's facing forward. And you kind of see where there's going to be the ramp that comes down for our first order Stormtroopers to come piling out of. And now once I've got that inverted slope piece on, our next studs, I'm going to put behind it, I'm going to put headlight bricks. I'm going to get two of these headlight bricks so that the side stud is facing out both on the left and right of our transport. And on those side studs, I'm going to get two of these cheese wedge slopes. I'm going to put it so the cheese wedge slopes have the thin end on the top and the fat end on the bottom, so they kind of flare out near the bottom there. So I'm doing it to both sides. And once I have those headlight bricks complete, I've still got four studs here in the back. Well, on those back four studs, I'm going to get two of these 1x2 plates with the bar sticking up in kind of a dark bluish gray. We've been doing light bluish gray, but now we're going to do a dark bluish gray. And just put it so that those bars are sticking again out on the left and right of our transport ship. And now we've got four studs here again. On top of those four studs, I'm going to get a 2x3 plate piece. And I'll put that 2x3 plate piece so it covers all four studs and just goes against the headlight brick. And we still have like a little bit, these 1x2 plate hanging over, 1x2 studs hanging over. Well, that's where our engines are going to go. For our engines, we're going to get these 1x2 translucent blue plate pieces. And I'm going to put one underneath on that overhang. And then on the back two studs, I'm going to put another one of those plates on top. And so we kind of created the engines of our transport here, our first order Stormtrooper transport. But these center four studs here, you can see it's not quite even and we don't have like a nice flush top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 2x2 plate to put it on those four studs that are exposed just to make sure that it's nice and even as we build the top of our transport ship here. Now, the front four studs of our inverted slope, you can see it's like really deep and how it's than your typical brick or plate would be. So on top of those four studs, I'm going to get a 2x2 tile piece and just put that 2x2 tile piece in the front four studs like this, kind of smooth out our design. Now, on the left side, we've got these four studs here on our left side. I'm going to get a 1x4 plate and just put it right here so it runs all the way around the left side. And on the other side, on the right side, for the first two studs behind our tile piece, we're going to do a 1x2 plate piece. But behind that 1x2 plate piece, I'm going to get a 1x2 jumper plate and put that 1x2 jumper plate on these back two plates here. You see we're not going over the engines. Now over the engines, I'm going to get a 1x2 tile piece and just kind of smooth out the back of our transport and kind of enclose our engine and encase them so they don't look like the ship's on fire. And now the next thing we have to do is kind of build the command deck or of this ship, and what we're going to do is we're going to get a 1x1 brick with side stud. It's not a headlight brick, it's a brick with one stud on the side. I'm just going to put that on that jumper plate stud I have right here. And so that the stud is facing forward. Now on that front facing stud, I'm going to put a 1x1 black tile piece. Now I would do this before I put it on my ship. It's going to be a lot easier, but since it's a tutorial, I kind of go one step at a time. I'm doing it after. But again, I would actually do this before, put that 1x1 tile piece on that front facing stud, and then put the brick here. But since we're doing a tutorial, I kind of do it a little different than I would do as if I would do it myself. Now, on the side, we have these bars on the side still left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get two of these 1x1 plates with the rings. And this is going to be like the side fins of our transport. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rings in so that they slide onto that bar piece and the studs are facing forward. So just put that ring and push it all the way down the bar like this. I'm going to attach it to both sides so that the stud is facing forward. Now, the reason I'm having the studs face forward is because now these wings don't actually have engines on them, but this is a micro scale, and sometimes it's about making the illusion and creating effects by the build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 1x1 plate piece in translucent blue and put it on the back of that fin. And again, these fins wouldn't have the engines, but when I close the fins and put them right next to the back, you can kind of see how those side engines give the illusion of the first order transport's engines that aren't just straight lines, they're kind of like these curved triangular angles. And so I really like how putting those translucent plates on the back gives that illusion. But here we have our first order Stormtrooper transport, a very big mouthful, ready to help attack the rebels.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.